Hello, fellow peasants. Tonight I'll be reviewing 2002's Van Wilder. Alright guys, so I watched Van Wilder. This came out in 2002. Stars Ryan Reynolds and Tara Reid. Basically, Ryan Reynolds is a guy who's been in college for 7 years, hasn't finished his undergrad. His dad's still paying the bills. He's known for partying. He even has assistants. He's like a local celebrity at the university. Tara Reid's character is hired to do an article on him. He's so much of a local legend at the university that Tara Reid is hired to interview him. And because no one else has been able to, he almost has like this mythical status at the university. Until that is, his dad decides, I'm not going to pay your tuition anymore. You need to graduate. And so the rest of the film is basically Ryan Reynolds partying and Tara Reid interviewing him, and this love triangle between Tara Reid, Van Wilder, and Tara Reid's boyfriend, who is in this very highly esteemed fraternity. And yeah. And she's just trying to figure out why he doesn't want to graduate, why he's postponing the real world. Okay? What do I like? What do I not like? Well, first off, it's fucking hilarious. I love the movie. The comedy in here is perfect. Is some of it outdated? Yes, but not in the ways that you think it is. It's not outdated because it wouldn't fly. The humor wouldn't fly today because of its offensiveness. I think some of that's still funny. Some of it's just dated because it's just dialogue and things you necessarily wouldn't use these days, or certain. It has nothing to do with the fact that some of it's offensive. Some of that, even though it wouldn't fly today, is still actually pretty funny. It's some of the other stuff. And I don't really have a good example, but if you watch the film, you'll pick up on a lot of things where you're like, that was kind of cool or funny then, but it doesn't really hold a whole lot of weight now. The acting in here is great. Everyone gives a great performance. Ryan Reynolds is just great in everything he does. So Ryan Reynolds is obviously the number one pro to this film. There's not many cons to this film. I do like the moral message it has. It's eventually you got to grow up, you got to graduate, you got to move on, you got to get your own life. And sometimes you just got to say fuck it and take the leap and do what you're scared to do. And that's kind of the message of Van Wilder. What do I not like? Once again, some of the comedy is a little dated, but not in terms of offensiveness. Just it's a 22-year-old movie. Some of the references don't land anymore. Some of the, even though I get the references, even I'm like, okay, well that kind of would, no one who watches the movie now kind of would know what you're talking about. So there's some of that. All in all, though, I don't have a whole lot to complain about. It's just a fun movie. I put it on maybe every 4 or 5 years and watch it. You can't go wrong with Ryan Reynolds making dirty jokes, and it's a fun, entertaining college film. Would I rank it as high as Old School? No. Old School is my favorite college film and my favorite comedy. But I would put Van Wilder in the ballpark. It's close to, if, in terms of comedy, if Old School's a 10 out of 10 to me, Van Wilder is a 7 or an 8, okay? But I really like it. If you've never seen Van Wilder, go check it out. It's a good time. If you get offended really easy, don't watch it. It is a National Lampoon's film, so there are a lot of dirty jokes in here and things like that. So if you're not big into dirty humor, or you get offended really quick by things, this is not your cup of tea. This is Ryan Reynolds before today's modern age. So you can you see the kind of language and humor Deadpool uses. Just imagine that on another 3 more levels, with this. This is before you had to watch everything you said. Okay, so anyway, have a good one, guys. Peace out. Bye-bye.